Hey, this is Life with Sean Renee here, back with another video. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. New schedule on when I upload. I upload Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay? Just want to let y'all know. From now on, that's my schedule. This first video, part 1, is another date gone wrong. Let's watch the video.
I went on a god-awful date tonight, so I'm going to tell you all about it while I take off my makeup and do some of my skincare. So I met this guy when I was out at the bar last Friday. We did totally make out at the bar, and then he got my number and we made plans to hang out. When I met him at the bar, my food allergies obviously came up in conversation, and I told him that I can't really eat out and that I cook 90% of my own food. His immediate reaction was, "Oh, so what are you gonna cook for me? When do I get to try your cooking?" Which is such a fucking self-centered man response. And so I immediately said to him, the only time I would ever even consider cooking for a man is if I have a ring on my fucking finger. Even after I said this to him on Friday, my food restrictions came up again over text, and his response was, "Ooh, I bet that means you can cook." And I said, "You said the same thing on Friday," and he said, "Maybe after our date, I can stop by your place for a snack." Ew! He texted me Tuesday, literally 3 hours before I'm supposed to see him, and we had already confirmed our plans, and he was like, "Oh my god, I totally forgot. It was my friend's birthday. We have plans to hang out for his birthday. Can we please reschedule for a Sunday night?" So I was very annoyed at him canceling plans, but he was like, "I promise I'll make it up to you." And I was like, okay, at least he knows he's being kind of rude and an asshole. And he said he'd make it up to me, whatever, let's hang out Sunday. We had plans to meet at this specific place at 6:30 tonight. He texted me at 6 p.m. and he said, "I'm gonna be 10 minutes late." I was like, oh my god, you canceled on me, now you're late. That's so fucking annoying. I still went. Why did I still go? I don't fucking know. Not only was he 10 minutes late, he was actually 25 minutes late. He walks in, 6:55. He comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, how are you?" I was like, "I'm fine." He was like, "You're sitting here with your arms all crossed. It doesn't seem like you're fine." I was like, "Listen, you canceled our date on Tuesday, and now you're 25 minutes late. Honestly, you're not my favorite person right now. That's really rude." And he was like, I know, I'll make it up to you. I'm so sorry. Let's pick out a game. So we pick out Connect 4 because that's where I shine. And he immediately starts talking shit, being like, "Oh, I'm gonna beat you at this. You're not even gonna win once." That is not making me feel good or special or giving me butterflies inside. I do like to banter. A little back and forth is one thing, but he fully was just being a dick. So we start playing. I win the first 4 rounds. Yeah. And then somehow he made a joke about us starting a family together or something. I was like, I don't want to do that. And he was like, with me specifically or in general? And I was like, I have no desire to get pregnant. I already have chronic illness issues. I feel I would be at higher risk for pregnancy side effects. Also, a lot of the stuff that happens in normal pregnancy already scares the fuck out of me. I don't really have any desire to go through that ever. And he starts being the judgmental little bitch that all men are when I say that I don't want to get pregnant. And he was like, "Well, if I could get pregnant, I would carry the pregnancy. I would be like a seahorse." As a man, of course, hypothetically, you're gonna say that, because you know that would never actually become a reality. And it's very different when you're the one sitting there who would actually have her ripping into her and having to deal with preeclampsia and diabetes, gestational diabetes, and all of these other fucking side effects. Of course, you can sit there and romanticize the miracle of life as a man who doesn't have to fucking do anything. So that pissed me off. At this point, I'm very well aware that we are not compatible, and I have really no interest in going on a second date with him. But I was like, let me just hang out for a little longer. He came from kind of far away to hang out with me, so I felt kind of bad, which is literally my fatal flaw. I need to stop feeling bad for people. And I'm scrambling for shit to talk about. So I start telling him the story about how the Secret Service shoved me into the bar at Off the Record. And so I told him oh, me and my friends were at this restaurant. We went to the ladies' room and one of our friends couldn't go because, like, he's a guy. He stops me in the middle of this story and he goes, tell me more about this guy. Who is this guy? I'm like, you're fucking kidding. This is not the point of the story at all. We are on a first date. You don't even know me like that. And you were like interrogating me about some faceless guy in this story. By the way, he doesn't know this, but the guy in the story, I literally met that day. He was like a friend of a friend. And like, I don't know if we're ever even gonna hang out again. And he's like sitting here on our date, like interrogating me about this random guy in my story, which is not the fucking point at all. At this point, I had won 8 rounds of Connect 4 and he had won 6. So at the end of the game, I said, oh, so it's 8-6. He starts lying to me and trying to tell me, oh no, you're not remembering when I won this round and when I won that round. And he starts like trying to gaslight me about the score of Connect 4. And like, I know if I brought it up or if I said anything, he'd be like, oh, I'm joking, it's not that big of a deal. But I just got a really bad taste in my mouth because I'm like, if you are lying to me about something that is this irrelevant, like the score in Connect 4, like you are absolutely going to like lie to me and like try and gaslight me about shit that like actually matters. This is actually way too long of a story. I'm going to need to make a part 2, which I usually don't do and I usually hate doing, but go to part 2. Love you. Bye.
First of all, the energy you gave him at the beginning of the date, like when you met him, by kissing him before you even know him, he's already thinking like you down for whatever. And when you're down for whatever, that's why guys don't take you seriously, and that's why they are not punctual, and that's what I think. That's my opinion. Now, if he just first met you and was like, I want to take you on a date, I want to do this, he'll be more punctual, less than all that, like, doing all that stuff that you were doing, like, kissing on him and stuff. I mean, I wouldn't be doing all that. But this is Life with Shauna Renee. You know what to do. Comment below your opinion on this video. Bye!